What if outcomes aren't only about what you do, but about who is doing it? If the old you shows up to write the proposal or make the call, the old timeline obliges. Today is about changing the one behind the action. We'll shift the observer, the constellation of beliefs, emotions, and body signals that collapses possibility into experience, so the same tactic starts landing in a different world. In episode 1, you learn to see the loop, to notice the cue, catch the autopilot, and choose a different first move. Episode 2, steps 1 layer deeper. We're going to change the lens that meets the moment, so your choices don't have to fight upstream. Think of this as a 2-minute doorway. You can walk through anywhere, hallway, elevator, calendar buffer, before a message or a meeting. The phrase that guides everything here is simple, and you'll hear it all series long. State before strategy. Here's the model in plain language. Belief colors what you expect. Enter a room, convince people like you usually get sidelined, and you'll see sidelining fast, even in neutral faces. Emotion tunes what you notice. Anxious systems search for threat and find it. Settled systems scan for options and see them. Body broadcasts your baseline through breath, posture, and voice. Shoulders up, jaw tight, sentences quick. You're transmitting hurry before you speak. Together, belief, emotion, and body form the observer. The observer is the lens that collapses possibility into experience. Change the lens, and the same world looks and feels different. Most people try to change outcomes with more force, more hacks, more hours. If the observer stays the same, the movie stays the same. The work today is kinder and more specific. Notice your default observer, install a coherent observer, then take a tiny action from the new state so your nervous system believes you. Alignment, not theatrics. Coherence, not crusade. Before we walk the practice, a small promise. This won't be a performance to master. It will be a pattern to repeat. You're not auditioning for a new identity. You're letting your system remember one you've carried all along. We'll move in 3 smooth arcs, spot, reset, and live, so the transition feels like a breath, not a gear grind. Most of us have tells. Some are loud, over-explaining when a price is on the table, shrinking when a boundary is needed. Some are quiet, a half-inch lift in the shoulders, a sentence sped up. At the precise moment, truth would serve. If you listen closely, you can hear your default observer introduce itself in 3 lines. A belief that hums under the day. People like me usually have to push twice as hard. An emotion that sets the weather. Lately, my baseline feels like rush without arrival. A few body tells you can spot with love. Holding breath, speaking fast, collapse in the chest, brace in the jaw. This is not an indictment, it's a mirror. Mirrors are how dancers improve posture and pilots land in crosswinds. The goal isn't to scold the default. The goal is to recognize it quickly enough that you have a say. Once you can hear the old lens arrive, belief humming, emotion tightening, body echoing, you don't need a lecture. You need a doorway. The reset isn't about becoming a different person. It's about creating 2 minutes in which your best person can take the mic. Picture a simple sequence, portable and kind. It can happen standing behind a chair, sitting on a curb, in the pause between join and admit. The choreography is 5 small beats: breath, posture, language, micro action, lock. Together they invite a different observer to the front of the room. Breath, 2 physiological sighs. Inhale through the nose, a small top-up sip of air. Long exhale through the mouth, twice. The message to your system is not calm down. It's we're safe enough to see clearly. Safety and clarity are old friends. posture and gaze. Shoulders drop, spine lengthens, 1 inch, jaw loosens. Eyes soften and widen, just enough to notice the edges of the room. Peripheral vision is a quiet antidote to tunnel vision. It tells the midbrain there's space. Language, one identity line spoken slowly, as if you intend to believe it. I'm the kind of person who returns to coherence quickly. If money is on deck, the line may shift to I act from abundance, not alarm. If leadership is needed, I tell the truth calmly and clearly. The words matter less than their felt truth. Present tense helps. Micro action, a tiny move that agrees with the line. Open the doc and type the first sentence. Ask one real question. Send one value message without an ask. 10 to 20 seconds is enough. The body trusts what it does. Lock. A brief body mark. Hand to chest or wrist. A soft exhale. A whisper only you need. Different first move, different movie. Not magic. Just repetition with care. 2 minutes, that's all. Not to win the day in one gust, but to prevent the moment from being lost to an old lens. You'll know you're in the new observer not because fireworks go off, but because the next sentence slows to the speed of meaning. Price becomes a fact instead of a confession. Pauses stop feeling like danger. Choices become available again. The shift is subtle and unmistakable. Your voice belongs to you. Let this land in a human scene. The meeting is about to start. Old observer at the door. They probably can't afford this anxious weather gathering, shoulders inching north. You step into the 2-minute doorway, breath length soft eyes. The identity line seats you in your own chair. I tell the truth calmly and clearly. The first question becomes simple. What result matters most right now? There's space after the question. Silence does some of the work you used to outrun. The call finds its level. Fit replaces fear. If the answer is yes, it's clean. If it's no, it's clean. Both are wins when the observer is coherent. You'll see this across domains. In creative work, the reset makes the first sentence available instead of precious. In relationships, it turns a boundary into care instead of a blade. In health, it swaps "I'll fix it Monday" for a small, energizing choice now. The observer isn't a role you play, it's a room you carry. A quick case story to feel the physics. Old observer, belief, this is too expensive for them. Emotion, anxious, body collapse, shoulders, quick words, outcome, rush the discovery, discount early, regret later. The shift, 2 sides, shoulders down, soft gaze. Identity line, I tell the truth calmly and clearly. One micro action that agrees, lead with a human question about outcomes instead of a defensive monologue about features. Then hold the pause like an adult. What changes is not just the client's response, it's the room. Pace slows, options appear. The yes or no becomes about fit, not fear. And your nervous system doesn't have to untangle shame afterward. This same arc shows up in leadership. The difficult conversation begins gently because your jaw didn't need to armor. It shows up in money. The number sounds like a number because your shoulders didn't rise to apologize for it. It shows up in health. The evening lands softer because your first 10-second action nudged the day toward coherence at noon. Nothing dramatic, everything different. And notice how seamlessly this episode threads forward. In episode 3, we'll condition this reset into your nervous system, so coherence isn't a lucky visitor, but the resident. In episode 5, we'll protect it with frequency hygiene so your state doesn't get sold to the loudest headline. In episode 6, we'll size actions to floors and ceilings so movement doesn't depend on mood. The observer reset is the hinge each of those doors swings on. You just learned a 2-minute way to change who is acting. So the same tactic belongs to a different you. Next, we'll deepen the physiology. Episode 3, Regulate and Rewire turns this reset into a daily nervous system practice. So calm focus becomes your default under pressure. Let's remember to breathe more. My breath remembers me. Carry 3 quiet truths into the rest of your day. State before strategy. The best plan argues with a braced body. A coherent body makes even a simple plan effective. Return speed over perfection. The win isn't I never spiked. It's I return quickly. Different first move, different movie. The smallest aligned action from a steady observer changes the scene more than a grand gesture from a frantic one. You don't need a louder script to live a new timeline. You need a truer lens. Let the breath begin it. Let the posture prove it. Let the first 10 seconds carry it forward. Then keep walking.